everyone, I am finally back with another video for you today. I just want to say a quick subscribing to my channel, but I just wanted to welcome you and say thanks for subscribing. And I know that most of you, if not all of you, came over from Mercedes' channel over at Mercy's Bookish Musings because she gave me a shout out in her most recent Booktubers She Loves shout outs video, and that was just so kind of you, Mercedes. If you're watching, thank you so much for that. That was so nice of you. You said so many kind things about me and I really appreciate it. And so yes, hello to all my new subscribers. I'm so glad that you liked what you saw enough to subscribe to my channel, and I hope you will continue to like the new content that I'm hoping to make for you in the coming weeks. So yes, without further ado, let's get started. Today's video is going to be kind of a collective book haul from the last few months that I've been gone, kind of like in a collective autumn/birthday book haul, because my birthday was in November and I got a few books for that. So let's just go ahead and jump in. I'm probably not going to say a whole lot about these books because I don't want this video to be too long. Let's go ahead and jump in. And the first books that I have to show you are these ones in my lap here. Next thing I have here is another new illustrated edition of a classic story, and that is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, illustrated by Anna Bond from Rifle Paper Company. This is one of it's in the same style as the Puffin and Bloom classics that came out last year maybe, or a few years ago. I own all of those and absolutely love them. They have Little Women, Heidi, Anne of Green Gables, and A Little Princess, and they're gorgeous. So when I heard that she was coming out with an edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland for the 150th anniversary this year, I of course had to get it, and it did not disappoint. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's the spine, the white rabbit, and this is the back with a quote that says, "For you see, so many out-of-the-way things had happened lately that Alice had begun to think that very few things indeed were really impossible." So that's a great quote from the story, and then these are the end pages, which match the other ones in the series. And then this is the naked hardback, which is absolutely gorgeous as well. And that's the spine, and that's the back. Has the back of Alice on there with the Drink Me bottle behind her back. And then I'll show you a few of the illustrations. It's just absolutely gorgeous. That's one in there on the title page. And then that is a full illustration of the White Rabbit's house. And it's just like peppered throughout with illustrations almost on every page. Like that's the hallway with the key on the table. And then it has smaller illustrations on some of the pages, like the little bottle right there. And then sometimes it has full page illustrations like this. Full 2-page spreads. And then sometimes the text is bigger in some places than others, like as you can see there and there. It's just beautifully designed and beautifully made, and it has little chapter heading illustrations like these clocks here and the white rabbit. There's the tea party, the full 2-page spread, which is absolutely gorgeous. Anna Bond is just a genius, and I think her illustration style is just perfect with the story of Alice in Wonderland. It's so whimsical and magical. And then there's a close-up of the pocket watch. And then I'm trying to find one of my favorite ones. This is one of my favorites with all the teacups and the Mad Tea Party chapter. I just think it's gorgeous. So yes, I am so happy to have added this to my small but growing Alice in Wonderland collection. And now we're getting into a few of the books that I got for my birthday. First of all, I have some Barnes & Noble leather-bound classics to show you, all around the same theme, as you will see as I show them to you. And they are Fairy Tales from Around the World by Andrew Lang. This gathers fairy tales from, I believe, all of the fairy books that he did, the ones that each is named after a color. Like there's, yeah, it has in the front here from the blue fairy book, from the red fairy book, from the green fairy book, etc. So there's just, I guess the most, can you see that? I can't really tell. There you go. The most popular ones from each book, I suppose. And yeah, it has black and white ink illustrations throughout like this. And it of course is just a very beautiful copy, as all of the Barnes & Noble leather-bounds are. And I'm very excited to have this in my collection, as well as the other two, which are also fairy tale themed, and that is The Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. Gorgeous as well. And also Hans Christian Andersen's Classic Fairy Tales. So I'm very excited to have all of these in my collection. They are, as you can tell, beautiful additions. I'm hoping to, in the new year, maybe dip in and out of them. One, you know, pick the one that I want to start with, which I feel like maybe Andrew Lang's collection. I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of feeling that one on the moment, at the moment. Either that one or the Hans Christian Andersen collection, and just kind of dip in and out of it. Maybe read one story a night before bed, or like one story a week or something like that, whichever I'm feeling. And hopefully I'll be able to keep up with that and maybe finish one completely by the end of the year. I would love that, because I'd like to read more classic fairy tales, because as much as I love fairy tales, I haven't really read that many of the original versions, so I'm super excited to get into that. The next few books are some that I got also for my birthday from a book outlet order, and the first one of those is Sea Change by S.M. Wheeler. This is kind of a magical realism story, I think. It might have something to do with like a Loch Ness Monster character that helps a little girl out with something that's going wrong in her life. I'm not really sure, as you can tell, but I saw this first on Erica's channel. I'll link her down below. She's awesome. You should definitely go check her out. And she read this recently, and I think she enjoyed it a good bit. So I am hoping to get to this sometime soon, hopefully in the new year at some point. Next book from that order is The Search for Wandla by Tony Ditterlizzi. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name, but he's the guy who co-wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles with Holly Black, and he wrote and illustrated this series, which this is the first book in the series, the Wandla series. And my friend Katie has read this and really enjoyed it, so that makes me even more excited to get into it and see what I think of it. I think it's kind of like a sci-fi fantasy middle grade mixed series, adventure series. And so, yeah, that sounds like it's right up my alley, and the illustrations are really lovely. Very beautiful, very imaginative. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to this sometime soon. And then we have a picture book, and that is Jim Henson, the guy who played with puppets, by Kathleen Kroll, and with paintings by Steve Johnson and Lou Fancher. And yeah, I'm a huge Muppets fan, a huge Jim Henson fan, and my friend Katie also told me about this and said that it was on Book Outlet, so when I was making this order, I knew that I had to get it. And it's just a little biography about Jim Henson's life and how he came up with the idea for the Muppets, I think. And so yeah, I think it'll be a really cute way to learn a little bit more about him and to dive into his life as the great puppet master that he was. So yeah, I'm super excited to get to this one very soon, and of course it won't take me very long because it's just a tiny little picture book, so I will definitely let you know what I think about that when I get to it. Next one is kind of a picture book as well. It is the Giant Golden Book of Elves and Fairies, and this is just exactly pretty much self-explanatory what it sounds like. And I saw this on Book Outlet a while ago, and I was intrigued because anything that has the name fairies in it, I'm always going to be intrigued by. But then I read an article about it in a fairy magazine that I subscribe to that you may have heard me mention on my channel before, and the girl was talking about how it really got her into fairies and other immortal creatures and things like that when she was little. So I decided to pick this up, and oh, I don't think I said, it's stories and poems selected by Jane Werner and illustrated by Garth Williams, who's a very famous illustrator, and as you can tell, his work is beautiful. Ooh, the end papers, I hadn't looked at that before. The end papers are gorgeous. So yes, I'm very excited to dig into this. That's a little bit of the inside art. So hopefully I'll get to this very soon. It's a very short little thing, although it's giant, as you can tell. And as soon as I get to this, I will definitely let you know what I think of it, of course. So this last set of books I have to show you here are some that I ordered from the Book Depository for a class that I'm taking next semester. It's a Victorian literature class. All the books that were assigned for the class were available in the Penguin English Library edition, so I thought I would get them in those lovely matching editions because, I mean, obviously, what else would I do if that was an option? And so I ordered them from the Book Depository along with a couple of the Penguin 80th Anniversary Classics, the little black samplers. You know what I'm talking about. You'll know when I show them to you. I'm sure you've seen them around, but I was going to show you the bookmarks that I got from the Book Depository as well. I got a couple repeats of ones that I already had, but these four were new ones. And so this one says reading here, and it has the little hand pointing to your spot, so I thought that was pretty cute. And then we've got this one where this dragon is just kind of terrorizing this little city, so that's interesting. And then we have this kind of like darker one with this kind of like vampire-esque girl clutching this book, so that's kind of interesting. I thought it was kind of cool. And then this one that kind of looks kind of like a Tim Burton-esque style in my opinion, and he's reading in bed, and I thought that one was really cute. This one's probably my favorite. These are the two Penguin ADP classics that I got, and they are John Keats's The Eve of St. Agnes, and that is number 13 in the series. And so this just has the poem The Eve of St. Agnes as well as a few others. So I've never read any Keats before, so I'm pretty intrigued to get into this and see what it's like. Hopefully I can get to this very soon. The second one that I have is Christina Rossetti's Goblin Market. And I've just heard a lot about this lately, and I decided that I would pick it up and give it a shot and see what I think about it. And this one is number 53 in the series. Last thing are the Penguin English Library classics that I have to show you for my Victorian Literature class next semester. And the first one of those is The Hound of the Baskervilles by Arthur Conan Doyle, Silas Marner by George Eliot, Hard Times by Charles Dickens, Howard's End by E.M. Forster. I'm particularly excited to have this one now because I just love this cover. I think it's adorable with the little umbrellas and such. I just think that's really cute, so yeah. And then we have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which I'm ashamed to admit that I've never read yet, but that will be remedied next semester, so I'm very glad about that. So I can finally let go of the book shame of not having read this yet. So there's that one. And then there's another one, and that one is Far from the Madding Crowd, but unfortunately that one came kind of damaged, so I've already contacted the book depository, and they are going to send me a new copy, and I don't have to worry about sending the other one back, so I was very pleased with the customer service. Those are all of the books I have to show you today for my collective autumn/birthday book haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry I didn't really tell you much about any of the books, but if you have any questions, just leave them down below in the comments. I would love to talk to as many of you as I can, especially my new subscribers. I'd love for you to say hello and just let's have a little chat in the comments. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you soon with another video. Thanks for watching.